Yo, 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 what is going on, mobile esports fans? Welcome back to the Embers of Victory Season 2 semifinals. We have Elevate versus Team Invictus coming up today. I am Son of Death, and I am joined by Manthus. We're going to hop into the match shortly, but before we do so, let's talk about the prize pool, and Manthus is going to go over that.
Yeah, of course. So, obviously we've talked about the prize pool many times. We'll review again real quickly. So, first place going to be competing for 500 US dollars, 1500 COPS credits, 5 points for World Championship, 5 mobile esports emblems for 5 of the players, and 500 MES credits. And then second place will be getting 100 US dollars, 5,000 credits, 3 points for the World Championship. And, again, there's 64 teams competing for all this stuff, as we can see from this bracket here.
Indeed. And of course, the winner of today, Invictus versus Elevate Phoenix, will be taking on the winners of yesterday's match, which was Team Rain over Team Sentinel. Team Rain beat them 2-1 in the best of 3 series, went all the way to map number 3. That stream is on the channel as a video on demand. Check that out after this one's over. But as previously mentioned, Invictus EU versus Elevate Phoenix is happening today, and this should be a fun matchup. Let's take a look here at Invictus's stats. Manthus, why don't you break this down for us?
Yeah, so Invictus, I mean, they're looking pretty strong as an EU team. I know yesterday we saw Rain EU team in action where they were first place in all the circuits. Now looking at these stats, it's looking like Invictus seemed to be the second place team most of the time in these circuit matches. As well, we can see, pretty good KD. Everyone is looking positive actually on the side of Invictus, so that's very interesting. Not a single person with a negative KD on their side, so I think they're going to be looking as a strong EU competitor here today.
Definitely, I agree. Elevate popping up here on screen as well, and they have a good amount of achievements. You know the thing that really sticks out to me? The maps won, the win-loss ratio here. 45 maps won to 20 maps lost. It's over 2-1. That is incredibly impressive. And you can see here the Circuit Season 3 AS Finals, M1 and M2 as well. I'm also looking at the KDs. Everybody is positive, just like you pointed out there, for Invictus as well. So I think we're going to have a really, really good matchup today versus both of these teams. Now, I think the big thing that will come into play is what maps are we going to be playing on, and we're going to find out right now. We got 9 maps to run through. Maybe we'll get Village, probably not, but we will see. Port getting left swiped out of there, as well as Canals pretty quickly, and Raid is going to be our first map here. Bureau going to be map number 2. We'll definitely be playing on both of those maps. Now let's see what's going to be the decider. Plaza and Legacy getting kicked. Grounded as well. It's interesting. We've been seeing Grounded really get axed the last few tournaments, or a few weeks, that is. Village getting out of there, and Soar is going to be the decider map. That is definitely an interesting decider map to be playing on. All right, folks. Map number 1 is being prepared. Listen, we want to start as soon as possible, but you know what? The team's got to get into the room and they got to get ready. You know, it is what it is. So you're stuck looking at our semi-attractive faces for just a couple more minutes. We got maybe 2 minutes until the knife, and then we will be good to go ahead and get on into this map number 1, which will be taking place on Raid. We already saw the stats. They look pretty good. Do you think there's anybody specifically you saw on either team that you're really looking out for? Maybe somebody that has stood out to you in the past? Manthus.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm seeing a lot of strong names on both teams.
Hmm.
Really looking out specifically at Elevate, Asian team, just because I know that their lineup was looking pretty strong. And again, both teams I think are going to be very good, and I think the regional barrier might have a pretty big impact as to how this
Hmm.
match is going to turn out.
Yeah, it definitely can. All right, looks like we are going to go ahead and hop on into the knife round. We'll see who's starting on what side, and then we'll go ahead and get on into the match. Raid. Again, all the maps that we talked about this so many times before, all the maps are somewhat coalition sided. But if you have a team that knows how to play the breach side, it can be a very breach sided map, similar to the way Port was yesterday for Team Rain versus Sentinel.
It's very interesting because I feel like I remember when Raid first came out, a lot of teams would usually argue that it's breach-sided. I think that's because they weren't familiar with the map.
Hmm.
They felt like, when you're pushing the B and you have the heaven high ground, or when you're pushing A, it's just like it's so open. And I felt like teams felt like it's way too easy for breach. But now that teams have adjusted to it, again, it really depends on the playstyle. But this map was always more of a breach-sided
Yep,
just to begin
exactly.
with.
Yeah, again, and technically every single map is going to be just a little coalition sided because the coalition get to camp before the bomb's planted. That's essentially their job. I mean, just like to break it down in the simplest of terms. But this map specifically, the way it's played out, like you said, mentioned Heaven and how open A is, it gives the Breach a little bit more of an advantage than other maps do. With that being said, though, we are here in the pistol round. Two players already down here on the side of Elevate Phoenix. It's one down on the side of Invictus. That bomb about to be planted here. Kal-El dropping that plant, coming in like a meteor. Mixage gonna get dropped there by Akira. It's a nice little two-piece with that Deagle. It's a 2 versus 2 here. Akira and Kal-El versus Vulgrant and Sinzor. Ooh, man, Akira just nailing Sinzor. I believe that's 3. That's 4 for him.
Oh
The man coming
my.
in with the quad. Dub him Lord Farquad right there. Elevate Phoenix gonna be taking round number 1, and they will be getting the cash advantage coming into this. Speaking of
Yeah.
cash advantage, though, Invictus got a good amount of kills, so they're not hurting as much in the cash department as a team typically would be. I think Elevate, if I saw correctly, only had 2K more cash than Invictus.
Yeah, they probably should be looking at, potential buy next round. Reborn tripling up in the start of the round with a burst assault rifle. Vulgar can come with that refrag before he gets taken out. That is going to be one gun drop though for them. Since they're going to be peeking mid, but Airy is there ready to respawn with the burst. And Elevate just quickly cleaning up that eco round. Invictus, they go for full eco, but now they're definitely going to have enough money to full buy, at least for the most part. Yeah, it's going to come down to what kind of utility they'll be able to afford coming into round number 3 here. It's looking like we're seeing a bit of a mixed buy as far as the util. Some of them can afford it, some of them cannot.
Yeah, but I think they definitely got enough to work with as long as they are disciplined with it. Don't need to be just spamming things. Quality over quantity, as we discussed on yesterday's stream. Elevate Phoenix 2-0 here. Statistically speaking, they should still take round number 3 here. That's usually what happens after the team wins the pistol round, but we'll see if Invictus has something to say about that. Oh man, Surge moving down here. You think he's gonna be dropping down into the vents and pushing A. That's kind of just the sense that I get is going on here. I feel like we're a little A-sided. We'll see Vulgrant waiting up top here on the ramp in case they do decide to push B.
Yeah, everyone on the side of Elevate's kind of bunching up towards B longer. Now we got 4 players here, and they have 1 in Heaven, but they don't even have the bomb in hand. So it makes me feel like, oh, Vulgrant just eating that flash, and he's forced to back up and basically, stop holding that angle. As of right now, Elevate, they still haven't grabbed the bomb. Okay, finally one of the players did end up grabbing, and he's going to be probably trying to drop it to his teammates. Reborn coming in with that double kill over towards B long, cleaning up the push. And yeah, that's gonna be the round over. Not even the bomb planted down, and Elevate, yeah, like you said, I mean 3-0. I thought maybe Invictus could have picked that one up since they went for the full buy.
Yeah, definitely could have. They had an opportunity to, but just really weren't able to get anything together there. Looking at the stats here, you can see this is a map that Invictus has played less on, but the 2 times they have played on it, they got 100% win rate. They have won both times. Elevate Phoenix, 9 maps played, 56% win rate. That's not, I mean, it's not horrible, it's not negative or anything, but you're basically 1-1 on this map for Elevate Phoenix. This is not a map that they are as strong on. And only 2 maps played for Invictus. I can't really say who has the advantage. There's a lot more maps there to Elevate's play to take into consideration. Elevate definitely seems comfortable so far in this round. Surge coming out, that frag grenade coming back just a little bit on him. Kal-El's going to take down Sinzor, although Surge was trying to go for that knife kill. Phoenix up by 4 now.
Yeah, it's looking like Elevate, after seeing that eco, they will be able to buy here. We're looking at round 5, so it's pretty crucial that they pick up this round, or else they're going to be looking at, not the best start on this first half. We are seeing the first U ratio of the match being pulled out by Mixage here, and he's going to be holding B long with it, it looks like. Oh, but Reborn is just going to come with a pre-fire, and he can't find the kill, unfortunately. Elevate opening up with the first pick, and that's the U ratio going to be dropped for Invictus. Nobody's picked it up yet. Vulgrant slowly holding this angle. We got Sensor playing back as well over towards the Coalition spawn. But Vulgrant is about to get swarmed. He has to deal with Belong and Heaven, and he can't just watch both at the same time. He's going to get overwhelmed. And Preezing me this last player live for the side of Invictus over towards the vents. Nobody been contesting him just yet, but he's probably going to lose his life shortly. able to pick up 1 kill though onto Akira, and now I think he's gonna opt to save that AUG, maybe. It's looking like that's probably the plan for Pre. Looks like some of these Elevate players are hungry for the kill, though. He's able to find a second pick on a Reborn, and now he's going to make his way back over towards the vents. Maybe see if he can't pick up a few more easy exit frags. Surge is going to walk around to his
Gosh.
cross and give him a 3K.
L playing smart here, takes his time, comes out, and lands a laser line on him. Elevate Phoenix now up by 5. Invictus struggling a lot so far. Still early on, but Elevate coming out very, very strong. They're really just trying to figure out how they want to play Elevate. They're trying to feel them out right now, but they need to go ahead and figure out what they want to do here soon. They do have a ping advantage, like you mentioned, or a ping disadvantage, that is, like you mentioned earlier, Manthus being the regional difference, but they just still haven't been able to put anything together. You got to be careful because you will have the ping advantage coming into map number 2. However, if you lose too many rounds on this, that means the map balance will go in Elevate's favor for map number 3. If we get there, of course. I'm looking probably a little too far ahead.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, it's probably the main concern for Invictus is trying to put some rounds on the board. So the fact that they're starting on the coalition side, I don't think it was the best choice for this map. Again, I don't recall if they won the knife or not, but the fact that they have to start on this half is not looking too good for them as far as round balance. And Elevate, I think they're gonna ultimately opt for this A push here. Flash coming out pre. Tries to get some damage, but he just can't seem to find a kill. Volgren gets spotted out as well there over towards vents. And oh, he's actually gonna go for the vents flank. I don't think they're gonna anticipate this from him. And the flash coming out from Jeppa. Oh, but Cal is gonna swing off of that flash, and Volgren lasts alive 18 HP. And as of this point, yeah, no, he definitely doesn't want to go for this. I mean, Invictus not looking too strong right now. Again, they don't have the server advantage, but they really need to try and see if they can switch things up. I know Elevate, they do have the ping advantage. It's giving them a pretty big advantage right now, because I can't help but recall that one round when they forced the ratio.
Yep.
And then, like, he couldn't even, like, react in time because they just pre-fired that spot. And it's like, if Invictus is going to play predictable, they're just not going to have the reaction time. They gotta, I think they gotta do something risky, try and
Yep,
confuse
I agree.
Elevate.
Yeah, and I don't know if buying the ratio is the best move for them. Maybe they could pull that out, but just based on cash wise and the ping disadvantage, I don't think it's going to work. I'm actually liking what they're doing now with the shotguns. That could be something that could be very interesting. Maybe you want to go ahead and rush Elevate, catch them off guard, have those shotguns in hand. You can do bigger damage, which will help with the little bit of a ping difference that you have. We'll see. It might work for them.
Yeah, we'll have to see if anything can happen with the shotguns here. It's looking like Sensor's holding this B long spot with the shotgun. I don't know if they're going to push him, but as of now, he does have a smoke to help him cover. Mixage running this shotgun as well over towards the A site. The question is, are they going to clear him in this corner? I'm sure they will. But yeah, Invictus playing a bit more of a passive setup, not really pushing anything just yet. And the bomb is kind of in the back over towards spawn. I'm not sure if maybe they're just waiting for some picks or something. It's looking like one of the players making his way up towards mid right now. Airy able to take out Mixage there. And Volgren
Oh,
finds one, can't double up though. Akira gonna trade him out, and the bomb is gonna get planted on A site now as we come in for this 2v3 retake. One of the players with a shotgun, one with a burst pistol rifle, so probably not, too ideal. And Sens are gonna get dropped by that frag grenade. Jeppa is getting flanked by someone right now. I don't know if he's trying to BM and go for the knife. No, he doesn't. He's just gonna end up killing him. Reborn, cleaning it up 7-0. And yeah, I mean, as of right now, Invictus is probably just thinking we got to do something to pull around on the board. And honestly, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I don't think camping is the move, especially when you don't have that ping advantage. Just because when you just camp and hold an angle, especially if it's like more in the open, you're letting Elevate dictate the terms of that gunfight, and you really want to be like
exactly.
playing for your life instead of having to deal with reaction time.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, really, at this point, you just want to put a few points on the board so you're not going into map number 2 having to flawlessly take down Elevate in order for them not to choose the map or the server coming into map number 3. Again, assuming we get there, but probably will. These are both good teams. You're probably going to see a map number 3.
Yeah,
Ooh,
definitely in
Jebba
Jeppa.
giving away his position here. Oh man, that flash is going to be mean. That's going to force him to move back. He barely gets tagged by it. I think the Reborn actually took more of that flash than Jeppa did. Frag grenade coming down. Going to do a little bit of damage to Jeppa, but not too much. Still holding that angle very well, and just ends up losing that gunfight versus Reborn. Thankfully, though, Sinzer is there, doubling up on both Reborn and Kal respectively. It's Eerie going to finish off Sinzer and mix it to push down Akira. It's a 2 versus 2 now. Pre with the HK in hand. Eerie and Surge both rocking the SGs. Mixage flying through the smoke, trying to tag anybody. It looks like Pri is going to try to take Heaven and look down at that HK. I take that back, actually. He's throwing that HK out for an AUG, and he's going to be working his way down B long. He's going to catch Eerie right there and going to land a headshot on him. One versus one. Surge. Knowing the spot he's in. Oh, Pri sticking this defuse. He doesn't have enough time. Oh my gosh! I thought Surge was going to let him have it for a second.
Man, that was almost a point on the board for Invictus. Take a look at Surge's stats here. Yeah, 41 maps, 70% win rate.
Whew.
He's definitely looking pretty strong.
100%. And look at that, 1.25 KD. You know, you mentioned everybody on all these teams has a positive KD on average. It's a pretty impressive KD for comp, having played 41 maps.
Yeah, no, definitely agreed. Jeppa, ooh, playing this risk angle with a shotgun. I don't know if Reborn is going to give him that kill. It looks like Mixage just pushed through the smoke. I'm not sure if he's aware they're already on site. Aries is going to get tagged down. Actually, yeah, Mixage able to find a kill. And it looks like Jeppa got one as well with that shotgun. Elevate currently down 2 players as far as the man advantage. And they're about to push Sensor here over towards the Coalition spawn. Actually, this is going to be 2 players holding this. Pri playing in the back. And maybe Sensor's going to kind of go for the baiting play here. And he's able to find Akira, catch him off guard. Only 2 players left on the side of Elevate. And Sensor is hungry for the kill. He's able to spot out Surge hiding behind the forklift. And Kala, last player alive with the bomb. He's going to have to do something incredible here, but nope. Invictus are able to pick up their first round on the board. Finally, coming in round number 10, they're able to get a round. But at this point, it feels like it might be a little too late.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, best case scenario here for Invictus, you go into the flip down by 4, but I haven't really seen anything from them yet that suggests they're going to be able to win the next 3 straight. Maybe this is the turning point for them when the momentum starts shifting and the lights start coming on, but I'm not quite so sure if that's the point in time we're at yet. Elevate pushing around here towards this A site really hard and fast. Volgren has just taken the brunt of all of those utilities, and he finally goes down to the hands of Akira. Pri sitting here with his HK firing back there, seeing if he can find anybody. And it's Kal-El actually be doubling up with his SG, finding Pri and Jeppa, both respectively popping their tops. And it's all up here to Mixage and Sinzor. Mixage is going to find one there through the smoke. Sinzor working his way behind. Unfortunately for Sinzor, though, his teammate Mixage is going to go down, so they're not going to be able to work any team play together. At this point, do you just decide to save? Do you hold on to that SG? Do you go ahead and push in? It's looking like he's just going to try to find some exit frags like we've seen Invictus doing. And this is going to be another round going to Team Elevate Phoenix here. They're up by 8.
Yeah, I can't help but notice, I'm pretty sure that round we had Kal just double up through the smoke. I remember we got that 2K. They both just lined up for him all the way in the back of Coalition spawn. That was a really lucky 2-piece for him. And we're seeing a Euratio coming out from Bree here. The question is, what is his playstyle going to be with this? Because you really got to go for, dictating the gunfight on your own terms rather than just holding an angle when it comes down to, running the Euratio when it's not on your own server. It's looking like Elevate going for a hard A push here, though. They've already made their way into the vents, and the A players are getting flanked from vents. I don't know if they're aware. Airy already coming up behind. Oh, Jeppa's going to find him, though. And Elevate, 2 players dropped on both sides. The bomb is still making its way over towards the A side, it's looking like. And Akira gonna have to deal with this. I don't know if they're gonna expect Mixage in the corner over there behind that box. And Kal-El isn't clearing him, and he should be able to find one. Oh no, Kal-El does clear at the last second. And Mixage is gonna get dropped. Jeppa only 12 HP to his name, and Kal-El going for the reload here. Jumps out, able to spot Jeppa there, and just because the HP advantage can't do much. Pri able to find a pick, but now that he's been spotted out, Elevate is just going to say no thank you. We have a free bomb plant. Not even the bomb plants, they're just going to peek him from the Coalition spawn and take him out there.
Ouch.
And yeah, obviously, taking a look at the scoreboard, every player is, over 250 ping on the side of Invictus. And
Yeah,
they're
which
definitely
is
not looking like the strongest start.
no, they definitely are. I mean, this is going to probably be a 13-2, a 13-3 at this rate. I mean, unless something remarkable happens, they're just not going to be able to do much in this. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in map number two because you're looking at a point where Elevate's going to have only let them get two, maybe three rounds here in map number one, which means all Elevate has to do is get 4 or 5 coming into map number two, and they get to decide what happens on map number three. Assuming they don't win, ooh, man. Free just nailing Kal-El. Kal-El was centered perfectly on him, but he moved it just a little bit to the left to be centered right there on that CT hall, and he got knocked. Fulgurant here versus Eerie, trying to work it. That flashbang coming out, doing some good blindage to him. It's not even a word. My grammar teacher would be horrified. Ooh, nice little teamwork right there. Surge, the last player up to live. This might be a round going to Team Invictus. Surge coming out, gonna get caught with his back turned to him. Sinzer finds him, and they are going to be able to do it coming in to the flip. They're going to have put another point there on the board. Elevate still leading by 8 here coming into the flip and looking very, very good and poised to take this. But hopefully for Invictus and Invictus fans out there, they're going to be able to put a couple more points on the board so they're not at such a disadvantage coming to map number 2.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, Invictus, their biggest play is probably, we need to win this pistol round. They need it so badly for the round difference,
They
to get that
really do.
economy advantage. And so the question is, what are they planning for this pistol round? It's looking like maybe they're gonna try and fake they. I don't know. Maybe try and bait out some rotations. They do have a lot of players stacked up over towards 7, though. Akira is gonna get spotted out there before getting dropped. And it's looking like Invictus does have the bomb plant and they have heaven control. I mean, theoretically speaking, this should be a round for Invictus. They have the map control that they need. And yeah, Pre gonna spot Surge there as he pushes through vents. I mean, in a 3v5 situation, I don't think that Elevate wins this. Pre gonna take him out there. And yeah, doubling up that round, I don't think Elevate wins this. Both coming from vents here. Able to find Jeppa, but they're gonna have to deal with the high ground players as they come in for this retake. Callow able to find one, but he's gonna get traded out by Sensor, and yeah, Invictus able to pull this round off.
Big play there by Invictus getting that round. They're going to have the cash advantage coming into round number 14 here, which should help them take this, and that's going to be great for them. You now don't, if you do that, you're only going to be down by 6, and statistically speaking, you should be able to come in and take the next one, which means you're only down by 5. Looking a little better here for Invictus. I mean, just a couple rounds ago, it was looking like it might be a 13-1 or a 13-2. Now it's looking like Invictus still has a little bit of fight in them.
Look at Elevate, they full force here. They really don't want to let Invictus get this round on the board. So I mean, a risky play, obviously, for most teams to go for the force. I think Elevate is really pushing it. They don't want to give Invictus, any round advantage. So they're really gonna have to see, how efficient they can hold this. Jeppo holding this cheeky angle. Oh, he's gonna back up though at the worst time. Maybe he could have found someone there if he was a little patient. As of right now though, Invictus, they're all seeming to stack up towards the A side. Ares is holding this with a burst assault rifle. Able to get some damage, but Sensor gonna trade him out. And now it's down to Akira, able to double up with that burst before he gets traded out by Pre. And Invictus even spotted out on the A site now. Only 53 seconds on the clock, and everyone on the side of Elevate is rotating over towards the A site. So this is going to be, a full-on retake for them. Jetpack going to be going for that bomb plan, and as of right now, Elevate, they're going to try and see if they can make a move, see if they can, pull off this round with their force by Jetpack, able to get one before Surge trades them out. And we're down to the 2 versus 2. The weapon advantage is there for Invictus, but I mean, again, it comes down to how they're going to play this out. Surge able to trade him out down in 1v1 scenario. Jetpack last player life, but Surge is going to double up and Elevate. They pull it off. The force was definitely worth it for them. They just shut down Invictus's economy, and I think it's a very good chance we're looking at 13-3 here. I mean, maybe Invictus can force up, but I'm thinking probably not. Yeah, no, the money is not there for them.
Yeah, not at all. Probably has some shotguns, maybe a deagle or two be pulled out here for the side of Invictus. Actually, Sinzo are going to force that SG coming out. I mean, I don't know if it's really a force. There's not much you're going to be able to do here right at the end. It's 11-3 at this point. I think you've kind of just accepted your fate. You're going to try to put one more point on the board. That's why you're going to pull that SG out, see if you can do anything, at least do a little bit of damage to Team Elevate here. Try to keep your head up as you move into map number 2. Cal here striking, going to find Jeppa, but quickly put down there by Pre.
Volgren almost finds 2 with the P250 there. But yeah, I mean, Elevate, look, 12-3 lead, match point. I'm thinking it's probably going to be 13-3 Invictus. They're definitely not going to have the money for a full buy, so they kind of had a split buy that last round. You know, maybe I lied. We see 2 E ratios coming out right as I say that. And we could at least see, you know, a bit of forcing coming out from the rest of the players. Invictus, maybe they're going to see if they can't hold down mid with it. I don't know what the plan is with these E ratios in hand. And yeah, Volgren trying to peek mid, but again, the server side just isn't there for him. He's going to get taken out by the pre-fire from Akira. Reborn, finding a frag as well. And Invictus already down by 2 players. Make that 3 as Surge fits, finds another pick on Senzer over towards mid. I mean, the bomb is dropped over towards A. As of right now, Mixage could probably go for an easy A-side bomb plan and jump again that pick on B. That's going to be huge for, you know, at least selling the fake. Mixage has an open sight here. The question is, how is he going to play this round out? And that flash has just given away his position. Now Elevate going to be making their way over towards A for the rotation as Mixage is able to get this bomb plant. But in a 1v3 scenario with a burst, I don't know if he clutches this. He's able to find 1 pick. Wait a minute, Akira caught with his knife out, and that's going to be the double kill. And I think Surge just giveaway's positioning with that flash is coming in from this flank. Mixage could definitely pull this round off. Oh, but the
Oh,
pre-fire
wow.
from Surge to close off the map. We probably
Incredible
thought.
effort
I
there by
thought that was
Mixage.
almost there, yeah. Mixage, that was definitely winnable, but again, I think, and that's the thing, when you don't have the ping advantage and you go for a pre-fire like that, it probably looks like wall hacks on your end. I mean, like, you don't even see it coming
Yeah.
and then you're just dead.
Yeah, no, very, very unfortunate there, but Invictus was able to put 3 rounds on the board. I mean, it's not great, but it's also not as horrible as it was looking like a 13-1 at one point. So better for them. They're gonna have to hold Elevate to